Wally Smith just wants to make things right.
As simple as that. It's just not right. And if there's something that we can do as a group to fix it, I think that's what we should do.
Smith is a military veteran from Northbridge, Massachusetts.
I was in the Navy from 1969 to 1973, and I got out, and then I went in the Navy Reserve from 78 to 80, and then I went in the National Guard in 1990 for a year.
And where are we?
We are in Pine Grove Cemetery.
In 2022, Smith and several fellow veterans made a discovery in their town's cemeteries. Many veterans' grave sites are unmarked.
The more we looked, the more unmarked veterans' graves we found. The more we realized that there's so many in this town alone, and there's 14 cemeteries in this town. When you're talking 20, 30, 40 markers in one cemetery, that's a big number.
Smith and a team of volunteers are now marking these grave sites themselves. Some sites date back to the Civil War. Most of this work is funded by donations.
We have to date done 32 total. From World War II forward, if anybody has a family member in an unmarked grave, they're able to get a government stone free of cost through the Veterans Administration. So hopefully when we get to that point, when we get to the World War II people, it'll be easier and less costly to get these done.
Smith's granddaughter, Sophie Robertson, started helping out 12 years ago at the age of 6.
For me, it means that I get to help my grandfather, his friends, everyone that served, and be able to do something to give back to them what they've given to me.
Unearthing information about these veterans is time-consuming, says Navy veteran Mike DeFazio.
So we did a lot of work to survey the cemetery, to research the different veterans within it. I found quite a bit of information on these Civil War soldiers that you would never think is available.
Unmarked veterans' graves are not uncommon, says Smith.
Up until World War II, it was pretty tough to get paper records for people that were in the service, so I'm guessing that either family members weren't aware that they could get military markers or they didn't offer them back then.
The gravesite of Barbara Lash's father was missing a military marker.
Edward W. Wallace, Tech 5, United States Army, World War II, born December 20th, 1925. Passed away July 21st, 2011, Bronze Star Medal.
You're proud of him.
I miss him so much.
Lash's father was only 17 years old when he enlisted.
But this is my dad. This is a Memorial Day parade, and every single parade he marched in it, and when he could no longer walk, they put him in a convertible and he would ride. But he came back a decorated veteran. He did some amazing things, but my dad could never really talk about it because he saw so much horrific atrocities. He just had a work ethic and an ethic about humanity that I don't think he otherwise would have gotten had he not served in the service.
Lash says the work of Wally Smith and his team is not only a touching tribute, but a way to pay formal, final respects.
We were very honored that they were going to do this for my dad and all the veterans who so rightly deserve this. This is our history, and it's very important that people know what our forefathers did for our country, for our democracy.
Wally Smith and his team of volunteers say there are unmarked veterans' graves all over, not just in Northbridge. They hope that volunteers in other cities and towns will start their own initiatives to research and mark these graves across the state and beyond. Still ahead, answering the call to dance.